Back in the early 1800s, before tanks, before drones, before machine guns, there was one weapon everyone feared. And it makes you wonder, just how deadly were Napoleon's cannons? Like, were they Hollywood-level destructive? Could they actually blow people away like we see in movies? Or were they just loud, heavy metal tubes that looked cool on a battlefield? Today, we're breaking down Napoleon's artillery, the tech, the physics, and the insane reality of what those cannons could actually do. And trust me, the truth is way more brutal than the movies. So picture this. It's the early 1800s. Europe is basically one big battlefield, and Napoleon is out here doing what Napoleon does best, taking over the map like it's a board game. But here's what people forget. It wasn't just his strategy that made him unstoppable. It was his artillery, the big guns. The French army literally called their cannons the beautiful daughters of victory. And oh boy, these daughters hit hard. Napoleon mainly used the Gravoval system, super standardized, lightweight for the time, and mobile. The most famous ones were the 6-pounder field guns and the 12-pounder monsters called the Emperor's cannons. Small name, big boom. The craziest part is these cannons weren't just built to fire one type of ammo. They were basically the shotgun, sniper rifle, and grenade launcher of the 19th century, all rolled into one. First, solid shot. Imagine a heavy iron ball flying at 300 to 500 meters per second. That's basically a bowling ball thrown by God. When it hit a line of soldiers, it could take out 3, 4, sometimes 6 men in one single sweep. No explosion, just pure kinetic force, smashing bones, crushing organs, and plowing through whatever stood in its path. Next, canister shot. Okay, this one is straight up terrifying. Take a metal can, fill it with 50 to 100 iron balls, and fire it. Boom. Instant shotgun blast the size of a house. If you were within 100 yards, canister shot didn't just injure you, it erased you. Soldiers described it as a scythe cutting through grass. Yeah, fun. And then explosive shells. These were basically early grenades launched from a cannon. Not super accurate, but when they worked, they blew chunks of earth and people into the air. So how deadly were they really? Let's put it this way. A single French battery of about 8 guns could fire 1,200 pounds of metal in just a few minutes. That's like dropping a small iron car on an army, again and again. During the Battle of Eylau, some cannons were firing so fast that the barrels turned red hot. Imagine metal glowing on a snowy battlefield. That's how intense Napoleon's artillery really was. And the accuracy? Shockingly good for that era. A trained French gun crew could hit a group of soldiers at 600 to 800 meters. And with canister shot, you didn't even need accuracy. You just pointed at the enemy, and they disappeared. Napoleon didn't just fire cannons, he moved them fast. He pushed artillery right up close, used massed firepower, and basically turned cannons into the machine guns of their time. Other countries used artillery. Napoleon weaponized it. So yeah, were Napoleon's cannons deadly? Short answer, absolutely. Long answer, they were one of the most terrifying and efficient killing machines before the age of industrial warfare. If you want me to break down how medieval cannons, Roman artillery compare, just drop it in the comments. See you there.